Hi everybody! Today I will present you my little witch gnome made on the 22 needle. First we cast on starting by the black needle, one in the front, one in the back. For the first row, we'll need 5 rows of waste yarn, 35 rows of black, and 5 waste yarn again. Very important to use some contrasting yarn to be easier to grab your stitch at the end. So remove the yarn from the yarn feeder, put the yarn, it's supposed to be black, but I cut the black section during the editing, sorry. But imagine this to be black and everything will be fine. So I'll cast out now. I had the waste yarn. It's magic, it's released by itself when there's no yarn coming through. So that's the real color of the hat. So 5 waste yarn, 35 black, and 5 waste yarn that you connect like this. You fold it, not fold it, but you join the extremity together. I'm not sure if you could say that. And that with the hook number 5, I grab all the stitches. Be careful not to miss any to prevent any drop stitch during the making of your hat. So very important to grab all of the stitch. So I turn my hook and then doing the same thing. If you're not comfortable with the hook yet, but soon to be, you could go check on the video description. I have 5 ways to close the two, and in the selection tree or the method tree I use a wool needle. It's not perfect, but it will give you the chance to create a lot of stuff till you get better with the hook. So I join all the stitches together almost at the end. I remove the tail like this, and then we'll grab the stitch there, and I continue like this. Move it, push, and time to remove the waste yarn. So that's why I use different color yarn for the waste yarn. It's easier to remove at the end and easier to grab all the stitch. This part is not as much easier than the other one because it's the cast on part, so you have to remove the first row first and then you will be able to pull on it and remove like the other end that we just pull out like this. So I pull like this, and then I check if I have any drop stitch. I don't, so I will attach it like this. And I will do the same thing with the border of the hat. The border of the hat is 5 waste yarn, 6 black, and 5 waste yarn that I will attach the same way that I did with the hat. So that's why I cut a little bit and just release the number to save time on the video. Hope you will get it. If you have questions, you could ask them in the comment. I'm always happy to answer it. Grab it. There. And grab all the stitches, very important. Oops. Come on down. This price is right. Sometimes it's hard. So I have to remove this one. So I will use that tail to finish the row and attach it together. So I did one stitch and another stitch, push it with finger and thumbs, and remove the waste yarn just like I did with the hat. The video is not too long, it's less than a half an hour. Took me like 2 days to edit. So I continue. I remove the first row like I said, and then I will pull on it like this. So, ta-da! I do the same thing. Oops, I have to attach those two tails together first. So I will pull on the blue waste yarn and oops. Voila, it's there. Oh, I have a drop stitch, easy to fix. Go like this, always away. With time you get less nervous to make mistake because you'll be able to fix it. At the beginning we always like, ooh, if I do that and I did it wrong. You know what? Nothing's wrong, because when you do mistake you find a way to fix it, and if you don't never do any mistake you don't ever learn anything. So it's good to make mistake and learn how to fix it. So the border is ready. Now it's time for the boots. I will need 2 boots of 6 row. So I do a full 360, one in the front, one in the back for the first row for the cast on, and then after 6 I will cast off by open the yarn feeder, do a 360. It's very important to remove all the stitches from the machine. So now it's time to cut it and grab it one by one. Oops, almost lost this one. You have to be careful and don't try to go too fast, because remember that we save a lot of time with those machines. So if it took time to remove it from it, it's okay. Doing by hand will take a double of time for sure. So you're great. Don't worry about time. You have to put time on something to be nice and beautiful and to learn. So that's the first boot. I will need 2 like this. So 2 times 6 rows of purple. So now it's time for the body. The body, I didn't use any waste yarn. It's 6 green, 24 whatever color you choose, and 6 green, because the green is gonna be the face of the little witch. Remember, 6, 24, 6. Add that to your notebook to be always close to you when you do any project with your machine. So it's time to attach it with a double knot, and then you crank. The yarn I used for this video, it was Bernat Premium. I used the black tweed and the green, I don't remember, but it was Bernat Premium. So attach it together because it's not waste yarn. Only time we don't attach it is when it's waste yarn, because it's easier to remove at the end. There, almost 6 is done. So 360, like I said earlier, to remove all the stitches from the machine and to get it easy to remove. So time again to remove stitch by stitch, going through the 2 teeth with the tip of your wool needle like this. Patum, patum, patum. There, it's time to stretch it and put aside for now. On the table you have my next project. Just see it. Whoops. So I fold it like this, make sure that it's tight enough, secure it and cut the excess like this, like this. Now it's time to pull on this one. There. And attach it together. It's time to, so this is the bottom of the witch. You will need 12 rows of black that you will close both sides to create a flat circle like this. So I will go like this, and this part will give the witch a wider shape, and also the circle will help you to add your boots at the right place, so it would stand up by itself. It will be easier. So I close both sides, and I will put that like this and join the middle with the other middle. Attach those two like this and cut one side, and I will go with my my yarn, no yarn, my needle, oh la la, and bring it on the side like this in the border, so it will be easier to join it together. So don't join it all, because we'll need a little room to add the stuffing. Oh yeah, and with the hat I use Bernat Satin, the black, for the hat. But I like the tweed of the body. You could see the copper and the little grayish or white, I'm not sure, but it's great. The little gnome witch at the end look great. I love her. I love her. So I continue like this, join it. I grab a full stitch on one side, full stitch on the little circle. It's time to add the stuffing now. So for the stuffing, don't put too much in there to prevent to look like a ball. You want to have a shape to your witch. So you go slowly and push it as much as you can, but not too much. You have to be just a little bit. And when you got enough, you will finish closing it. There. Like this. And I will attach the border of the hat the same way that I attached the circle on the bottom. There. Then grab one full stitch and continue your sewing like this. I push the stuffing with my finger, remove all the stuffing that too much on the side. This, I'm sorry for my English. I still do a lot of mistakes, but it's hard to talk to myself. Maybe ask somebody to talk during the video. Maybe it could be better. There, so it's time to attach it. There, push it and hide it in the body. Got the excess. So you got your body, and time to attach the hat. The hat I will give like an angle of 45, because I want to keep some green visible. So I will attach it on the side. I keep myself a tail to attach at the end on the other tail for the closing. So I will grab one full stitch on the hat and one full stitch on the face, the green. I'm not sure what name I could give to my witch. If you have a suggestion, or I struggle right now to find a name, let me know in the comment. I will check it. There. Almost finished on the top. And then this stitch sewing, I do that a lot. Do you know how it's called? If you know, can you put that in the comment? I will note that in my notebook, because I don't remember from one project to other. Sometimes I will put that in a notebook for next time. So that's great. Now, almost finished. So some green to grab, and then you will check if you like it. You'll be able to continue. If you don't like it, remove it and start again. There. And if it's not completely like you like, remember that it's a witch. A witch is great anyway. We all love witch. And we are close to Halloween, so that's a good timing for gnome witch. So attach those two together. Like I said at the beginning, save the tail for the end to attach it. I will hide it in my hat like this. And now it's time to create the pointy hat. There. Like this. And you go with grabbing 2 bar on the same column. 2 bar on the side. Not on the side. Always in the same column. Pull on it, and voila, it creates a nice shape for your hat, your pointy hat. There, grab 2 like this, and continue like that till you reach the top. You're going great. I know it's hard to see because it's black, but I'm trying my best. There. I'm very close to the camera. Hey. So you grab 2 bar in each column, each side, like this. Grab 2 bar. Grab 2 bar, and again grab 2 bar, and pull on your yarn during the process like this. There. And almost there. There. Look like this. Hee. She's cute already. So now it's time to add the border. So I will just slide it like this. Almost look like a sombrero for now. So I will attach it around by grabbing 1 stitch on the border and 1 stitch on the body of the witch. There. if you like your border to be wider, you just have to add more row, and you will be making a new style. So I grab one side and then grab the other side. I will do that like I did the sewing of the hat. Just grab it, and as you could see, the bottom part right now, it's the place that I sew it that I removed the waste yarn earlier, so that way I will hide it when I lower the side of the border. So I will grab all the stitch like this, and like that. I just follow the same angle of the hat to be easy. So very important to just follow the same angle, like I just said. I'm repeating myself, I know. That's what it is when you speak by yourself in your studio. You repeat yourself. So you continue, and voila, it look like this. So now it's time to create the nose. For the nose, I just go grab one stitch that I chose in the middle, and carefully just grab this stitch in repetition like this, and I will continue till I reach the amount of circle, or the biggest the nose could be. It's a witch, so it could be cute with a big nose, especially when it's a gnome. So I just go through always in the same stitches. Oops. Stay in the same stitches. So when you got enough, you cut your tail of yarn if it's still attached to something, and then you do a double knot, and then it's time to hide it in the hat. One's gone, the second to go, and then we will add the eye. For the eye, I didn't have any plastic one, and since I'm not sure if I'm gonna give it to my grandchild or not, I decided to just do the eye with the yellow yarn. So it's time to attach the little feet like this. Got the excess, and I attach it on the same line of the circle, the flat circle we did. So for the arm, I will go on the back, count 5 columns like this. I use like in the middle, I start there, and then I will go keep the same column of 5. I don't pull the yarn because that way it's easier to find the column that you use, and then when you get to the shoulder, it's time to pull, and it will give you a shape of arm for your little gnome like this. And then I come back down, and we'll go in the back to attach my starting point to my ending point like this. Got it? There. Now I will do the hand. I use the same green that I use for the face and nose, and I will go and keep in the same stitch. I'm going back and forth like this, and the other arm will be the exact same. So when you reach the amount that you need, that you like, you're going back on the back, going back on the back, and then do double knot, and I did. There. I love those needle. Those are my favorite. Wonder why? Huh? I use them all the time. I gave them to my friend for Christmas gift in the Christmas card. It's easier to give. It's not too expensive and they love it. So for that, I just grab one stitch and I go through on the other side. I grab some stuffing with the tip of my needle, so make sure that we don't see through the yellow in the green. And then I will go and pick on the side of the stitch and go through the back on the border of the hat, under the border. With the tip I will set the high the way I want them. And as you could see, I always have a tail when I start something, so that tail will be bring to the back the same stitch. Whoops. Bring it together and fix the eye first the way I want. Always check before you do the double knot in the back. There. So with 30 centimeter of yarn that I cut, not cut, but I do a knot in the middle, I will go through with another piece of yarn that will be used to attach it on the body, going through the hat. There. And take the other tail and bring it back to do the same thing there. And if you're not comfortable making a braid, I use 9 string of yarn that I do a braid like this. But if you're not comfortable with braid, just cut it shorter, and with the tip of your wool needle remove the little torsade twist of the yarn, and it will give you a nice hair for your witch, so don't worry. There, touch it, cut it, and you play the hairdresser and you do the same thing. Ta-da! For the other side. Magic of the video editing. So now I will attach it with double knot in the back. Make sure that you don't tie too much your eye before you tie it, and you will hide all those tails in the body. Ciao ciao, see you next week for a new video. Ciao ciao.